What's your evaluation of the 2025 season as a whole? It was an 87 and 75 record, second place in the AL Central. Another trip to the postseason, but for the second year in a row, the Tigers fall short in Game 5 of the ALDS. How do you recap what was the 2025 season?
25 games above 500, lose 12 of 13. Win 18 of 25 to get back to 25 games above 500. This is how streaky the second half was, right? Starting with that Seattle series. Now you're back to 25 games above 500. So 78 and 53. So to me, it's a lot about the 9 and 22 finish. And I was looking at the starting pitching, and I go back to that because the bullpen had the best ERA in the American League in August, 298. Starting at the end of August, the last 33 games, Turek Skubal, the Tigers had two starts of more than 6 innings. Two starts of more than 6 innings from their starters, both by Casey Mize, 5 by Turek Skubal. So that's of the other 28 games, the final 33, 2 starts of 6 innings or more, they averaged 4 1/3 innings, the starters did. To me, that's where I start because now you're putting pressure on the bullpen. The bullpen ERA ballooned to 4.60, 4.70 in September. And I just felt like there wasn't enough depth at the back end of the bullpen. And obviously the rotation was a problem. So that's kind of how I looked at it. I know that Scott talked about the hitting in September, but really, if you look at September, the first 8 games, they scored 57 runs through the first 2 games in New York. So you're really talking about the final 16 games of the season, 1/10 of the season. And yeah, it wasn't good, but they're also facing Cleveland. If you want to carry it on to the postseason, say 24 games, 14 of those games were against Seattle and Cleveland. To me, I thought that the offense was one of the great stories of this year. They scored more than 750 runs. They hadn't done that since 2016. There were improvements across the board with a lot of young hitters. The Tigers had 7 guys with a 100 OPS or better, and OPS plus or better. They had 2 last year. So, I mean, to me, there are a lot of improvements. They were on pace to hit 40 more home runs. They ended up scoring 74 more runs and I think 36, 37 more home runs. Yes, it was a bad finish, 16 games, but there was a lot to like about the other 146 games. They were top 3 in run scoring. That's where it all starts, right? How'd you do run scoring? They were top 3 in run scoring until the very end.